Super excited to be back here rock climbing below Watson Lake Dam. I've got a couple objectives for today. One is just to keep exploring the Granite Dells, and the other objective is to start breaking into 510s out here, which is no easy feat for an average climber such as myself. Because this is an old school granite trad area, the grades are pretty sandbagged. I'm going to lead up this 5.7 plus called Bathtub Gin in order to set up a top rope on a 510B called One and Only. This route definitely didn't pull any punches though. This part of the climb I would consider the crux. It didn't have very good hands and really nowhere for your left foot, so it's kind of just smearing there. I actually decided to down climb this part back to a better stance to place a piece a little higher up. I just didn't want to risk decking because I think I was about 8 feet off the ground or so here. When I got up here, I realized there's really nowhere to put any protection, and at this point my waist is probably 6 feet above my last piece, and so if I were to fall pulling the next move, I could definitely deck. And so it's times like these when you really want to have a belayer you can trust. So I warned JJ, and he was ready to give me a hard catch and take a bunch of slack out, and the move didn't look super hard. I think it'd be a different story if this was a really, really hard route.
Figure you'll just clean that on the way up. Got the redirect in. That's a little spicy in the middle there.
The 10B consists of 4 parts. The first part is mantling a thin ledge. The second part is some very thin, almost non-existent holds while traversing right.
Holy shit.
I flailed in this part for a while.
This is a 10B?
I did eventually find like this right thumb to kind of lean against. And then you can lean your body right and get your foot on something, and then kind of transition your weight to the right, like so.
Anything?
And then at this point, you kind of have to reach up. It's a pretty big reach to the first good hold of the climb, or at least not horrible hold.
Ah, damn it. Oh, maybe a little higher. Up around the top right, that would have been.
Like you could have slapped for it, but I don't know how good it would be.
Ah, it's good. It's decent. It'll get me like enough balance.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Once you're established, you have to work your way up this thin rail. So you bump your left up to a nice crimp. You try to get your right foot up. There's really no left feet at all. So you cross your right hand over. And eventually you can get this flaring hand jam, and the rock is super grippy, so really it feels super secure for a flaring hand jam. And then you eventually get up to this ledge where you can rest for as long as you want.
Yep. It was like a flared jam, but it felt really good.
Then the final part of this climb is pulling the roof. You kind of just have to hunt for holds at this point. Get your feet up high and stand up and look for holds. But they are there. The guidebook even calls them hidden holds, but you just gotta find them. Pulling this roof feels super heroic, so overall this climb was really good. I think I just need a little more time to figure out the bottom section and I could probably do it clean. Here's some footage of JJ doing the crux.
Yep. Beautiful.
Alright, I got one more climb for you. This one's a 5'9" called the Flying Wrench. You can optionally use the opposite side. It's kind of like in a chimney. You can use the opposite side of the wall in a few places, which I decided to do, just so I felt a little more secure. I think that makes it a little bit easier, but if you want the extra challenge, you can just stick to the one face. Super fun climb, pretty tall. Overall, definitely would recommend.
Actually can just connect it to the nut, and that'll be the initial catch, and if that fails, the cam will back it up. Very tightly back it up. Okay, ready?
This climb was actually a little spooky for some reason. Just felt high exposure. I'm not sure if it was because of the wall behind you while you're climbing or what, but I always feel like maybe it's just because when I'm stemming like that, I'm typically looking down quite a bit and it's empty space, you know, it kind of like turns your body away from the wall a little bit, so I did get a little spooked on this one. I could be wrong, but I feel like one of the reasons people see this area and style as a little bit harder is because the rock is very like round and curvy and there's just odd shapes all over the place. You don't usually get like perfect footholds. So it's just something that I'm getting used to in the Granite Dells. Lately, I've really been enjoying doing a sort of hybrid simul-wrap where it's convenient. It's just really fast to set up, fast to lower, and it's kind of fun getting to rappel with your climbing buddy at the same time. But basically, we put a carabiner block on the other side because I'm 210 pounds, so basically my side is fixed, and then the other side can pull through. So I always make sure my climbing partner goes first and they hit the ground first so that there's no risk of dropping them or anything. Anyway, if you stuck around this long, I really appreciate you. Leave a like if you enjoyed the content, and if you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.